Greetings. Welcome back to my Poet Podcast. I am your host, Alex Murdoch. Great to be here, sharing out positive energies to all the supporters and people that's been following the channel. I appreciate you all, and thanks for sharing your viewpoints, whether it be on social or on more YouTube or different things like that. People have been chiming into different ideals that I've been speaking about. It is important. It has not gone amiss, and of course, I have replied to a few of them. So thank you. Appreciate the support and chiming into some of these thoughts that's been knocking around in my head that I put out there. Well, that's neither here nor there, I should say. Just wanted to go off on something today, and somewhat you're gonna have to bear with me, but we will get somewhere. But for now, I'm gonna have to cook for a little bit. But we'll start with this. We'll start with this piece, or should I say, the quote from a piece. Just give me a second. A cosmetological talent like Helen and Troy, picture pristine cauldron and makeup walls. A newborn mountain, potential standing solid, never running, yet needed definition despite being already stunning. Wisdom dictated to give it time, growth through the dust, but let the smoke be mine. Rough with a tote, like the choke, never brittled spine. Or overload the eyes like spokes, gripping brain like remote, exuding lubricant to stop exhaust and rust. Ambitions to be Hannibal, Alexander, I had to grow. It was the only way I had to know. Thus I let live so I can let go. Yes, and this is quite somewhat nuanced. And if you thought you heard different, no, you didn't. The word actually was cosmetology, because I really wanted to tap into something today, along with something similar to what I've been speaking about, which is beauty, at least from the viewpoint that that is the mad poet viewpoint somewhat. But let's go into it, and it's all related to this piece, by the way. So bear that in mind as well. This quote that I just shared. I think for me, there was always beauty in history, whether it be myths, legends, actual history. There is, or even just the stories that we know of. There was always, I'd say, beauty tamed the beast. These different types of concept, you'd say, but it also saved it. It also saved the beast, and in some cases destroyed. Beauty also destroyed everything around it, including itself. So there's different ways to, we've seen that beauty somewhat affected the environment or the surrounding. let us start with the one place that alludes to this very fact, or should I say an example of this that is somewhat really out there pertaining to whether it be just a mere myth. We have Helen of Troy, who was well known for her beauty, so much so that an empire went to fight for her. Of course, a myth, but in the end, an affair with a young prince of Troy caused a war, basically, and it in the end ended up causing the crushing of an empire, according to Greek mythology anyway. Now to the other side, let us move to more realistic measures where we saw, and this is perhaps somewhat more subjective, realistic measures where we saw beauty defeat the beast, or more importantly, or more specifically, the man. A lot of people may be familiar with Mark Kerr, which is the individual that The Rock played in the role, he played the role of in the film The Smashing Machine, and I think this is, he put on, I believe, something along the line of around 300 pounds to play this role. So he was, Mark Kerr is literally a beast. He's so big, and like, as I mentioned just now, this may be somewhat of a subjective outlook on things. So let me say this first and foremost. However, after watching the movie, what I saw was beauty in the end defeating the beast. Just stick a pin in that for a second. Stick a pin in that. In the end, life is not a fairy tale. Sometimes beauty wins, sometimes the beast does. In other tales, they destroy each other, like Romeo and Juliet is very common. A lot of us, or most people do, especially when it comes to English tales. I want to go further into history, or let's go deeper into this whole situation. And let's not be, of course, I'm making a short story long, but in essence, the primary reason I'm bringing all this to is where we're headed now. Beyond biology, what is the calling between beauty and the beast? I would argue frequency. Frequency. Could beauty and the beast somewhat exist on the same frequency? This might be an alien concept to you at this point, but let me break it down. Let us break down what constitutes beauty. It could be argued because people love to split hairs, like myself, of course. But what's the one thing people always say when they see a beautiful person? They're perfect, right? So perfection that incurs, so we're going to start from there. Perfection incurs ideals of infallibility. That screams burden, the idea of being this one standard all the time. And I will quote Nietzsche on this one, exclaiming, it takes a certain type of health, somewhat of a Superman, as he alluded to, or in this case, a Superwoman. I'm well aware that in certain instances men could be categorized in this realm. However, for the most part, men are categorized as the beast. But also, in the other instances, women can be classed, or for the most part, they can be classed as beast as well, but for the most part, they are deemed as beauty than they are beast. We can just play with that whichever way we want, but even just that idea alone, there is a certain spectrum there. And the one commonality, or the one variable that's consistent, is frequency. I would argue the undisputable classification, the undisputable classification is frequency. I was having a brief debate with somebody about a clip of my previous second to last episode that they were explaining the parameters of the beast that I was speaking about in the clip, but I didn't quite agree with what they were saying. I don't really want to necessarily go into what they were saying, because this is not to criticize or speak about anybody, but I thought that unraveled something of a point we could explore, which fits exactly into this whole idea. To acknowledge the open-mindedness for dialogue of that, and intellectual jousting of that person. I want to mention that part as well. However, my conclusion fits in this situation also. The fact that artists and the beast work on the same frequency, that was part of the explanation I shared. But could beauty also exist on this same frequency? Art, or should I say the artist, and the beast is somewhat of the same. They coexist on the same frequency, as they are, could argue, synonymous. They can so relate with each other. The beast experiences a level of sensitivity that the artist also possesses. But I think the perception is the only differentiation between the two. What may be sensitivity to the point of being painful to the beast is a tool to the artist. For example, and you could argue Superman fits into this whole situation. But if you think about the reference that I was speaking about 2 episodes ago was pertaining to the Wolfman. If you think about sensitive hearing to the point of being painful, that would be something a beast would experience as the Wolfman that I was speaking about. If you think about sensitive eyes to the point of it being painful, that is something that Superman experienced. So you're seeing different ideals of elite, or should I say high, extremely high level of frequencies being played out here. Well, if you think about the artist, it's the same concept. It's the same type of sensitivity that encapsulates the experience of an artist. I would argue there's a certain readiness that, and perhaps that's a talent, to endure or to understand these parameters and know how to coexist within these parameters. We could use the lightning rod. The concept of the lightning rod, designed to conduct, allow energy to run through it, not necessarily contain it, just to run through it. I would argue this is what the artist, and in some sense the beast, but perhaps there is more of an idea of containment where the beast is concerned, but not entirely, because the beast does not necessarily contain it, but it does have to endure it on a larger scale than the artist has to. But I don't want to go too extreme. Let's just stay in the parameters where it's just a matter of endurance, or sort of like being hit by the lightning. So playing the lightning rod, as we're saying, between the beast and the artist, I would argue this is what the artist and the beast are going through, the ability to endure lightning, or in this case, and this is the kicker, more technical term of it, I would say in this case for the artist is infinite intelligence on the artist side, perhaps on the beast side as well, but again, not the understanding of the environment, and so perhaps that's why everything to a degree is pain for the beast. Now let's go into beauty. Beauty is a talent, perhaps subjective, but in this case I'm going to say beauty is a talent. But it also comes with its own drawbacks. It's another form of mountain to climb. It's also not for the faint-hearted. Some call it soft power, yet power nonetheless. Let's put it like this. You've seen cold-blooded men, and there's the term hard as coffin comes to mind. Hard as coffin nails. And if you know, you know, there's a movie I'm alluding to in this one. As the term goes, or one of the most hyper-perceptive ideal of masculinity, the Hulk. Although a lot of people would argue different after that fight he had with Thanos, like, he's gonna have to make a comeback in that one after the beating he took. But even the Hulk, who does he somewhat willingly bow down to, or to a degree submit to? Betty Ross, right? Or more recent, Scarlett Johansson. the power of compulsion to alter a state, to change a solid, to incite change of structure. Most cases, or in this case, the walls of Troy, they came down because of Helen, or the lubricant for a machine to aid for it to excel to heights or to new levels. Not Bruce Wayne, I'm about to say Superman to Lois Lane, because I would argue she's a significant part of his coming to and main staying there, which is another chapter, but I don't want to go too far there. To pick up on, or should I say, to pick up a broken beast and put it back together. We mentioned the Hulk before and his fight with Thanos. The real question is, had Betty Ross been on that ship that Hulk experienced the beatdown with Thanos, would he have truly lost that fight? That would be my only conclusion on this. Food for thought, so to speak. So I would love to get your thoughts on this whole ideal that I'm speaking about. There is so much here to unlock and, to explore, but there you have it. I just want to say again, thanks for everyone that supports the platform, and it's encouraging because it gives me the motivation to, as well as the maintaining my discipline to always make sure that I do what I'm supposed to do and keep expressing and sharing thoughts that I think are we should be, that's important to this platform and what we do on the Mad Poet podcast. So I thank everyone for supporting. In addition, I would like to say that during the period of doing these episodes, I've done so much work behind the scenes, and it's been a pleasure, just sharing with everyone. I don't get a chance to share a lot of what I'm doing, but the most recent thing I've done, or should I say the two recent things I've done, is poetry event before I self-destruct. And even more recent, it's been about a week now, I've finally released spoken word on Spotify as an artist. So you won't find it on the podcast channel, you would find it as an artist. So if you search for the Mad Poet, you'll find Let There Be Chaos, which is the first track that came out. There are more in the works being processed, and they will keep coming out weeks on end. And I'm really, really proud to share this with the people, share this with everyone, because it's very different. As you know, my primary thing is I'm a writer, and I'll always stay in that lane. But I do enjoy, using different vehicles to convey my message, which is about these creative ideals that I experience or that I explore. So I will leave links so people, it's also on YouTube, of course, all platforms, music platforms, primarily Spotify and YouTube. You can find it. It's not attached to the podcast on either platform, on any platform, but it's its own individual. So Mad Poet, just like how it's spelled for the podcast. And have a listen, you know. Support, I would appreciate it. And of course, thanks so much for supporting, and on to next time. Take care.
Speaking words to the birds, blushing at the mouth, they would hurry to scurry. In my departure they would worry, but like Alice, I get homesick, hurting at the pit of my fingertips. My lifeline was not designed to exist outside of time.
Mind over matter, overcompensating, overstatements, crookedness related, the soul's churn in return, mental overstimulation, one word.